My name is H.A. Goodman. I'm an author, columnist, and journalist. Hit subscribe right now. We're on our way to 140,000 subscribers. We're almost at 32,000. Tell your friends about this channel. Hit subscribe. You definitely want to get the take of somebody the Washington Post called the unofficial scribe of Sanders' most hardcore voters. The Huffington Post called me the biggest Bernie Sanders booster on the internet. I am now a Trump supporter. Peace between North and South Korea. An economy that has, 5.1 million jobs created. President Trump has created 5.1 million jobs. 8.9 million in 8 years of Obama. That is just one reason, in addition to bringing Americans home from perpetual, never-ending conflicts. Ladies and gentlemen, you have also 436,000 manufacturing jobs created. So this whole nonsense, executive time, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. If you've spent 60% of your time allegedly not working, but you hear non-farm employment grew by 5.1 million jobs in President Trump's first 2 years. President Obama created 8.9 million jobs by the end of 2016. That's thebalance.com. The other stat was Forbes.com. 5.1 million jobs created. Pretty good. By the way, 303 manufacturing jobs lost. 400 under Obama for 8 years. 467,000 manufacturing jobs created in 2 years of Trump. Pretty good. We can go on in terms of the economic achievements. Record low unemployment for Black and Latino citizens. A growing economy, 3% growth, hopefully over 3% growth in 2018. GDP growth. Obama had a 1.6% GDP in 2016. So when they tell you, it was inherited by Obama, no, it wasn't. Anyway, my Jerusalem Post article below, share it everywhere, please. It is my latest op-ed in the Jerusalem Post. It's why Democrats embrace anti-Semitism and anti-Israel bias. Please go ahead and share that below. It's a really, really important op-ed to me. And it sheds a lot of light into the Democratic Party. What do we have here? Senator Chuck Grassley said he expects the Mueller report to be released within a month amid growing speculation the probe is wrapping up. Look, the Mueller probe is over. It's essentially over. Rod Rosenstein is leaving within weeks. Rod Rosenstein is the guy who created this nonsense. Sessions, hope you didn't trust him, and Rosenstein helped create something that Peter Strzok used as an insurance policy. Peter Strzok actually states his stated goals were, we'll stop Trump, which is what he texted, and Trump Russia is an insurance policy. He spoke about that with Andrew McCabe. It's all going to be exposed. It's all going to be discussed, addressed. There will be probes. There will be investigations. We already have William Barr, who has stated he wants a Strzok page probe. We have Lindsey Graham with a Clinton email probe in the Senate Judiciary Committee. Once William Barr looks at the evidence, there needs to be a special counsel. There's no way, because you can't have actual criminals with criminal activity transferring top secret intel like Hillary Clinton did outside SAP intel, outside of Joint Worldwide Intelligence Communication System, JWICs, or other secure channels within the U.S. government. You can't have these people transferring top secret intelligence, which is what James Comey stated they did, which is what they did, outside of the United States government onto servers completely removed from the NSA, U.S. government networks outside the country that were hacked. We know that Charles McAuliffe has stated, and Louis Gohmert, that China hacked Clinton's emails. But it's like, her emails were unencrypted for 6 months, almost 6 months. So that's a precedent that cannot be set. You cannot set a precedent in a country like ours that values intelligence so much, quote unquote, or secrecy, and have Clinton just completely make a mockery of all of that and shatter all of that. WikiLeaks is not a threat to this country. Julian Assange is a hero who should be given the Pulitzer Prize, the Nobel Peace Prize, all of these things, because he exposes corruption and he sheds light on all of this. That's why I said in my Times of Israel article that he's a tzaddik. Julian Assange is a tzaddik. That is a Hebrew word for a holy person, a person who does good deeds, a person who sheds light into darkness. But the Mueller probe's wrapping up because there's nothing else. There's nobody else to indict. Maybe if there's like some Q people on YouTube. Could you imagine? They indict the Q people and they're like, no, there was nothing. It was just nobody was speaking through MySpace. It was all an act. There's nobody else to indict. When they're going after Roger Stone and Jerome Corsi, when there's pre-dawn raids for Roger Stone, and Roger Stone is actually one of the many heroes in all of this. He's a hero in my book. Not Julian Assange, like global hero, but he's heroic. A lot of it is self-induced with Roger Stone, but he's heroic. Corsi is the one who's like, it seems, who's giving Mueller all the gossip needed or rhetoric or hearsay to undermine Stone or to indict Stone. But Roger Stone's fighting back. Look, regardless, there's nobody else to go after. The election was only from late 2015 and then 2016. There's really nothing more they can do. That's why all of this was a bunch of nonsense from the beginning. The Mueller probe essentially was over a while back. There's really nothing more they can do. Senator Chuck Grassley, this is Business Insider, says he expects the Mueller report to be released within a month amid growing speculation that the probe is wrapping up. This thing was a dud from the start, and it was a fabricated investigation. Absolutely none of this is leading to Trump being indicted because he didn't do any. He's not even the subject of a probe. Mueller has stated that. Rosenstein stated that. He's not the subject of a criminal probe because he didn't commit any crimes. Nobody has even, look, with Clinton, litany of crimes she committed, but there's no doubt that she set up a server for the purpose of hiding. That's why you set up a private server outside the U.S. government. It would be like, why do you buy a safe? It's inherent in the activity. And she perjured herself in the Benghazi testimony. So we can go on forever. They want to focus on process crimes. There are more process crimes you could focus on with Clinton. But you have William Barr coming in Thursday. Today's Tuesday. State of the Union's night. You have William Barr coming in Thursday. You have Rod Rosenstein out the door. You have a whole new DOJ. Mueller probe is ending. So where is the momentum for Democrats? It's coming to a crashing halt. There's nothing. CrowdStrike is the only company to look at DNC servers. It's a conflict of interest to even trust CrowdStrike, and the United States government should not allow a third-party tech firm to give it information or evidence in an ongoing criminal probe, allegedly a criminal probe. The United States government has to obtain its own evidence. The DA of a city does not say, hey, you know what, we'll hire the defense attorney to give us the fingerprints on a safe. No, they look at the safe, they obtain the safe, they gather all the evidence on their own because the city is the one that goes after the bank robber or the state. So CrowdStrike, the United States government never touched DNC servers. Ever, ever, ever. Even James Comey was like, we asked for it, but the DNC had a lot to hide, obviously. They never gave their servers to the United States government. What happened? They literally hired a tech firm called CrowdStrike, which Gizmodo, Vice, BuzzFeed, Daily Beast, Washington Post are like, Trump is so stupid. Doesn't he know already that he got, that CrowdStrike gave the DNC images and photos and copies of the servers? Well, how on earth can anyone trust a company that was paid by Clinton and the Democratic Party? That's an obvious conflict of interest. You would never allow Trump to get away with that. So that alone, I mean, the 12 Russian, 15, 20 Russian intelligence officers, all a bunch of nonsense. They have no clue what happened to DNC servers. The indictments actually talk about CrowdStrike. You can't indict based on the evidence obtained by a tech firm that was paid by your adversaries. It's ridiculous. That was paid by Trump's adversaries. And then she purchased the Steele dossier, which is utter rubbish. They could have just got People magazine or the Inquirer, and then said we're going to investigate based on this. It would have been more accurate. You know those Wolfman has a baby with Martians on Jupiter? That's would have been more accurate than the Steele dossier. The Steele dossier doesn't just state, collusion. Some of it's been proven. No, nothing has been proven in the Steele. Absolutely nothing. The Steele dossier makes specific, grandiose claims. Go ahead and read it. It talks about Papadopoulos and Flynn and Manafort, Papadopoulos, Manafort, and Carter Page engaged in a grandiose plot with Russian intelligence officers to undermine Hillary Clinton at the behest of Trump. It didn't happen. It's like fantasy. So Grassley, a spokesman, Grassley told us specific information. Okay, so Mueller and his team is investigating Russian interference. The Russians didn't interfere. The media was in complete agreement, aside from me and a couple other people. I was writing in 2015 she was unelectable. That link is below to the YouTube segment. Below my Jerusalem Post article from yesterday that please share. Why Democrats embrace anti-Semitism and anti-Israel bias. Share that in every social media platform you have, please. It's very important. Senator Chuck Grassley, below is the link to my YouTube segment in 2015 where I say she's unelectable. But Senator Chuck Grassley of Iowa, the former chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee, said Tuesday that he expects the special counsel, Robert Mueller's final report to be released within a month. So you have Matthew Whitaker saying it's going to be released soon. You have Chuck Grassley saying it's going to be released soon. It's going to be released soon because Rod Rosenstein's out the door. There's going to be a new DOJ. They're not going to mess around with this nonsense and baloney. Look, there's not one person who's in the know. Even Adam Schiff. Do you ever hear Adam Schiff say we have evidence of collusion? They've gone from collusion to process crimes to a report to going to Office Depot to just get some glossy binder. That's all they have. They don't have anything else. So watch this channel throughout the day. I'll be uploading throughout the day. It's going to be an important day. This is going to be an important week. Make sure you get all the notifications to this channel. So on the notification bell, make sure you subscribe to all notifications. I'll have live streams today. I'll have a bunch of uploads. It's going to be a very, very important day and an important week. So just check the channel periodically if you happen to be on YouTube. But the Mueller report will be done. It's already finished. The Mueller probe is ending. It's ended already. And the report or whatever is going to be published within a week, and then the president has the authority to keep it. The DOJ has the authority under William Barr to keep parts of it from the public, which William Barr has stated. If the president is not indicted, the public and Congress is not owed certain information. If he's not indicted with any, if he's not charged with a crime, which he won't be, because he didn't commit a crime. To charge Trump with a crime, you would have to expose the entire farce, that all of this stems from evidence, quote-unquote evidence, that Hillary Clinton purchased, that Andrew McCabe, who's now under criminal investigation, that James Baker, who agreed with me, the FBI legal counsel, under investigation for leaking, he stated that in 2016 that Hillary Clinton should get indicted. He agreed with me. But, ladies and gentlemen, all of this stuff would be exposed. You would have Peter Strzok. I mean, they would have to testify. You think that if they indict the president, that all of these people are not going to be put under oath again? And then you want to talk about perjury, and then you want to talk about a Justice Department really looking into the origins of this, which they will. So he's not going to get indicted because he didn't commit any crimes. So there's no evidence. James Clapper in 2017 with Chuck Todd stated there's no evidence. But obviously, this is going to lead to a question: why did it start? Why did they set up Trump? Why did they go after Trump and just treat Clinton with kid gloves and not even cover up her crimes? Why did they do this? Why did they plunge this country into 2 years of madness simply to exonerate Clinton, simply to save face? Was it worth it? It's not going to be worth it to the people who acted in such a dishonorable manner. William Barr is the new Attorney General. He's already promised a Strzok investigation. He's already promised an investigation into corrupt FBI officials. And Lindsey Graham is investigating Clinton emails since 2019. So there you go. Hit subscribe right now. Thank you so very, very much. And please, please, please check out my latest article in the Jerusalem Post. It is below. It's very important that people understand every element of corruption within the Democratic Party, especially one that isn't focused. They love to say, oh, well, Trump is this, Trump is that. No, they're the ones. They're the ones who are bigoted in all of this. They're the ones who are the racist. They're the ones who are prejudiced. They're the ones who utilize different aspects of life only for their political utility. My article below in the Jerusalem Post, share it everywhere. Why Democrats embrace anti-Semitism and anti-Israel bias. Thank you so very, very much. Hit subscribe. I'll see you a bunch today.